Look, there are a lot of reasons. If you look at me, there's no reason for me. I don't need to lose weight. I don't need to lose weight, but I guess I remember in first grade there was a girl who had diabetes. And we did this thing where to like raise money for diabetes awareness, you could like pay $1 and you'd get a piece of coloring paper that had it was like a shoe, and you could color a shoe, and you could buy as many as you wanted, and then people would hang up the shoes on walls all across the school. The school walls would be covered in papers that we colored of shoes. We were raising money for diabetes awareness, and that girl was a celebrity. To me, at least. I mean, I went to a small school. There was like 30 or 40 of us in a class. So like most people, you're pretty familiar with the kids directly above and below you at the very least. You don't talk to them, but you recognize their face. And man, the attention, right? I know John Mulaney said something similar in his I think it was in his recent special. He talks about how he wanted his grandparents to die because you get a lot of attention when that happens. I wanted to have diabetes. My neighbor was moving around upstairs, and the second I yelled that, they like went dead silent. So I wonder if they heard that. I wanted diabetes because I thought it sounded cool. I wanted people to to color shoes because of me. I didn't care about the fundraising part, but they don't do that anymore at the school. But they did it because this girl in elementary school had diabetes. That brings us to 2025. That feeling has remained, and the motivation has changed. Before, perhaps I wanted it because I wanted attention, but now I wanted it because you seek understanding. You want to be able to relate. As an artist, you want to be able to relate to as many people as possible. That is the goal, right? I want to understand everyone and therefore be able to cater towards them so that way I can have mainstream success. And then I can stop filming these on my laptop camera and use like a Canon or something. And that will make me happy. And look, obviously you could, I know like type 2, I believe that GLP-1s are specifically used for type 2 diabetes. That's what a quick research thing told me. Were originally developed to treat type 2 diabetes. The AI overview says type 2 diabetes as well, if that's helpful. So I got the AI overview and a source from intermounthealthcare.org. It has a .org, so you know it's true. And a lot of my life has been defined by wanting something but not wanting to put in the work. I don't want to put in the work to become to have type 2 diabetes, right? Because it's not good for your body. And I want to make it clear, because apparently sometimes my tone isn't obvious, but this isn't, I want to make it clear that this video is not an excuse for others to make fun of people with type 2 diabetes. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm not interested in making fun of people. I'm interested in relating to them. And on the internet, you have to make your motivations clear, because people can't read between the lines. They also don't take the time to interpret. They don't take the time to actually listen to what you're saying, because you're just another thing on their screen that is mostly used for pleasuring themselves. I'm just saying it. That's just how it is. So now that my motivations are clear, I started taking GLP-1s because I thought that it was perfect for me. Again, I didn't have to put in the work of actually becoming diabetic, but I could have the reward of taking the GLP-1s. They're also trendy right now, and so there was the extra motivation of getting to relate to people who take the drug, right? So I can relate to those people now, but also when someone asks me, you know how like when someone asks you if you're diabetic, now instead of saying no and shutting off the conversation right then and there, again, it's also helpful for communicating. Guys, there are so many reasons for this. Instead of me saying no and now the conversation is dead, I can say no, but I do take GLP-1s. And they're like, oh, interesting. Tell me about that. Again, it is a conversation starter. It is now helping me better relate to people with GLP-1s. And in a way, it's helping me relate to people with type 2 diabetes. And that is, it's that simple, guys. So I'm not seeking the attention, but I am seeking the connection. And that's called growth.